eat your breakfast? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Revelation 11:27, where we speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Look at the cool feathers that I found yesterday on the floor. Literally, these are signs. Signs. Oh, like synchronicities, right? Like what we were speaking about yesterday. Pay attention to things around you, right? Pay attention to little reminders from the universe, from God, because that is God's way of speaking to you. Not only through your intuition, but through signs and synchronicities. It's like people ask God all the time, like, God, I need this, I need that, I need help, like what should I do? But people don't listen to God's voice, your intuition. That is God's way of responding to you through your intuition. God's not going to speak to you in words. Well, we can through other people, but your intuition is God's way of, guiding you. And a lot of people ignore that. And so are the synchronicities, right? You could be seeing feathers, you could be seeing dragonflies, you could be seeing crows, certain insects, whatever it is. Pay attention to that. Come on. Mother Nature is a part of God. Let's see what the energy is. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, full of amazing things. Because remember, miracles do happen. You just have to be vibrating at the same frequency as miracles. You know where miracles don't vibrate? They don't vibrate low. You have to be the 5D and above. Oh, Lucas. So maybe you're moving forward, even if you have fear, right? You're moving forward regardless of anything anyone says. You're moving forward because you no longer want to be in fear. You no longer want to be trapped in fear like this guy right here. That's what will happen if you would have stayed wherever you were at. And that's good. That's good that you're moving forward, because who wants to be trapped, period? Especially in fear. What else do we need to know about this? I just want to get one more. Okay. Yeah, we got this yesterday. You're moving forward, so you're no longer trapped in fear, so you could be able to make your wishes come true, to fulfill all of your fantasies, wherever that is. And not only will you be able to fulfill all of your wishes, but you'll be able to build a strong foundation. Look, with the root chakra right there. Come on, the root chakra is your foundation. It is how you ground yourself in this earth, in this world. And if your root chakra is not balanced, if it's not aligned, that is why you may feel, just unstable. Which is why, let's explain the dark side of it a little bit. Which is why a lot of these people dibble and dabble in lower vibrational spiritual practices, right? They love focusing on others is root chakra. The color of the root chakra is red. And why would they want to invade that root chakra? Because if an individual's root chakra is unbalanced, that individual is not going to feel safe. That individual is not going to feel stable. That individual will probably share their root chakra with just anyone that comes through. And by doing that, they misalign it even more. They make it even more unstable. That's why these people that were all part of this organized crime have been trying to play with my stability, have been trying to make me scared, following me around, have been trying to get me kicked out of every single hotel that I'm at. That is why my family evicted me. They wanted my root chakra to be unbalanced, so I wouldn't be able to continue doing what it is that I'm doing. And that explains a lot. They're so focused on me that they have let go of their own destiny. But look, your root chakra is so important, which is why it's crucial that you don't share it with just anyone, right? It's crucial that you share it with that person that you love, not the person that you're being tempted to have sex with, because it's just gonna make you even more unstable. And you're waiting for something, the waiting game. It's like, yeah, you're waiting for something. And that something, maybe you're waiting for a notice. Maybe you're waiting for an offer. Maybe you're waiting for a letter, for a phone call, for a text. And that you're waiting for is your light of hope. It is the news that you've been waiting for. There's a lot of root chakra meditations and beats and sound frequencies for it. Yeah. You probably in the recent past, right, you felt like your root chakra was not balanced, like it was not aligned, right? You felt like unstable, like you probably had all this energy and didn't know where to put it, or you probably didn't have any energy. Or maybe you were just a little bit reckless in the past and just, having sex with anyone. But that's what these people cause. These people cause a lot of confusion with the 7 of water here. You see all these options. It's like, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to choose because they have infiltrated your root chakra, and that causes a lot of confusion. Because if you're unstable at a place where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to feel firm and grounded, of course everything's going to be confusing. But look, these people were creating confusion about where you really were supposed to be, about your destiny, about your chosen path. They wanted to make you confused about that, so you wouldn't make the right choice. But we all know confusion is the devil. If something sounds confusing, then the answer should be no. If your answer does not arrive at a firm yes, then the answer is no. That's how you avoid confusion. These people were trying to brainwash you. We're trying to make you confused about all of these options, maybe options of business, options of love. They were trying to divert you from your wheel of fortune, right? Because really, what God had in store for you, had or has, whatever, was a loving relationship. Because come on, that is what you wanted. It says it right here: a partnership, commitment, reconciliation. So maybe they were trying to avoid confirmation. A bird just flew by. They were trying to avoid for you to reconciliate with someone, for you to reunite with someone that you feel love for. A partnership, a true partnership. And of course they want to make you confused about that, because whatever it is that they were offering you, you didn't want it. And of course, why wouldn't you want it if it all sounds confusing? If you can't see the love, if you can't feel the love, if you can't feel the passion, if you can't feel the attraction, if you can't feel the peace, that is why they create confusion about where you really feel the love, where you really feel the passion, where you really feel the peace. And that confusion can come in many ways, right? For example, they will talk shit about the person that you want to reconcile with. They will create lies and illusions, so those lies can get to you about this person, and so you can feel confused about this person, when really the confusion is coming from those around you, trying to keep you apart from this person, trying to keep you from reuniting with this person, because this person that you want to reconcile with is able to ground your root chakra, is able to provide a firm foundation. And providing a firm foundation is not only monetary, right? Providing a firm foundation has a lot to do with your home life, how peaceful it is, how loving it is. What else? Do you need to know clear about this energy? So maybe someone here is going to be publicly recognized. Maybe for something that they did. Maybe for something that they've been doing. A victory. That person has been doing whatever it is that they've been doing by themselves, with no one's help. Even if part of this confusion is trying to make the whole world think that this person has what they have because of other people. No, kind of like me, right? Everything that I have has been because of me. My music, I started it by myself. I learned how to produce music. I didn't have money to pay a producer at first. My art, I learned. And usually that's just within you. You don't even have to learn it. But I learned it. In spirituality, I spent time. And I'm still, every single day, there's always something new to learn. So everything that I have, career-wise, yeah, because I don't look at things materialistic. Everything that I have is within me. And no one has helped me get to where I'm at. I'll tell you that right now. I've performed all over LA. My art pieces are on my website, even at a friend's store in LA. My spirituality helps many people, and it's here. And everyone can get a little knowledge, a little wisdom to help them on their journey. So basically, what I'm trying to say is whatever confusion that people have been creating about how I am where I'm at is all false. It's all to, change the perception. You're probably someone who's a quick thinker, right? Someone who's organized, who's perceptive. But with the Knight of Cups here, you're also a very romantic person. You're very thoughtful, charming. Sometimes, maybe in the past you've used your charm for the bad, to try and charm people, to try and get in relationships, to try and seduce people, to try and get what you want. But that was in the past, right? You're more conscious of your actions and how it affects other people. And that is growth, right? The Ace of Cups here, it's like you've learned how to love yourself, how to love others genuinely. Maybe you're showing a little bit more compassion, a little bit more kindness. Maybe you're able to put yourself in other people's shoes when before you didn't. And I can relate to that. I feel like before, years ago, I would find like it would be hard for me to really put myself in other people's shoes. And it wasn't because I didn't understand their situation. I feel like there was something blocking my empathy, I think. And those blockages comes from generational curses. Those blockages where it makes you unable to feel for someone else or be kind to someone else. Those are curses, generational curses that have just been passed down through your family. And it is ultimately up to you to stop that. And you did stop it because you learned that. And that is the judgment, right? That is the rebirth. You allowing yourself to feel. You understand that a man is not just all like, I'm a macho man, I don't feel. No. What woman would want a man like that? Oh yeah, karmic women. Women that are codependent. Women that are just not doing shit with their lives, but gossiping. And stealing money from their man. Those are the kind of women. What else do we gotta know about this, Spirit? And your ability to tap into that love, right? Your ability to tap into that compassion, to feel for others, that ability that you have now to feel, right? Because what is a human without feeling? Just a wandering soul, soulless being. That ability to feel has opened many doors for you. I'm talking about internally. Now, because you feel and you understand your feelings, your foundation, your root chakra is just perfect. With red. And that, right, when your root chakra is balanced, when your heart chakra is balanced, that allows for this connection to happen, where you are attracted to your partner, where you're attracted to your husband, to your wife, both physically and mentally and emotionally. Come on, we got the fire here, right? Because you've balanced your root chakra and you're no longer allowing yourself to be just guided by temptation, because that's what these people love to do, right? They love confusing you and, yo, come to this party, like, look, like, fuck it, just have sex, blah, blah, blah. No, you're like, no, I don't want that. That's why a lot of people have just one night stands and just fuck anyone, and then the next day they feel all like weird in their stomach, not centered, not aligned, can't think clearly, because of course they drained your energy, they siphon your energy through that sexual act. But maybe you've been saying no to temptation. Maybe you've been saying no to this because now you know a little bit more. Now you're in your power, right? You're in your strength. You're assertive and you're confident. Yeah. And with this partnership, with this reconciliation, there's chemistry, right? There's physical attraction. There's mental attraction. You love how that person thinks. They love how you think. Both of you guys are a force to be reckoned with. Hot, sweaty sex together, making love together. That is who you're supposed to be having sexual relationships with. Not just anyone that comes into your life. No, with a partner. With someone that God has put in your life, and you know who that person is, right? It's not just random girl on the street or random guy on the street. It's not your current husband or wife who's making your life miserable. No. And that's what these people were trying to make you confused about where your happiness truly lies, or where your love truly lies. And of course, since they can't really straight up tell you how they feel about the other person, what do? They gather up their little flying monkeys around and be like, yo, talk shit about this person, create lies about this person, and then bring it up to him so he could not know the source of all the gossip. And really, the source of all the gossip is that person that you are laying next to. Maybe you want to travel with this person. Out of state, out of the country, out of the city, out of all of this shit. Because, come on, after a time of so much confusion, it's only normal. Lucas, it's only normal that you just want to enjoy life with this person. And you deserve that. And that is the message. Thank you guys. See you guys next time.